it is me. I am back. How is everybody this evening? I just want you to know the antibiotics I am taking are working so well. I am feeling better already. Tonight, this story is called The Kindness of God. You'll notice I have on my Red Shirt Friday, remembering everyone deployed until they all come home. Again, a special thank you to our service members for what they do each and every day for this great country that we live in. So as we proceed on, I'm trying to get where there's not so much light coming in. There we go. Okay, so off we are to the races. David was always planning some kind of deed to do for somebody or other. Maybe that's another reason why I was trying to reconnect. And maybe that's why God was calling him a man after his own heart. One day, as he was thinking about the days gone by, he remembered his old friend Jonathan, which is actually my brother's name, with whom he had loved so dearly. What a pity he had been killed in that battle with the Philistines. Had he lived, what good times they could have had together now. Then David wondered whether there was anybody left belonging to the house of Saul for whom he could do something for Jonathan's sake. As he talked about the matter to his friends, someone suggested that a man called Ziba might know. Not only was he once a servant of Saul's, but he now had 15 sons and 20 servants. 15 sons and 20 servants. And one of them surely would be able to answer the question. I keep reconnecting here. All right. So it keeps reconnecting here. So David sent for Ziba and talked with him. Art thou Ziba? He asked. Thy servant, answered the man with a low bow. Is there not yet any of the house of Saul, that I may show the kindness of God unto him? Jonathan hath yet a son, said Ziba, which is lame on his feet. Jonathan's son still alive? It didn't seem possible. Where is he? Asked David eagerly. Ziba knew exactly where he was. He is in the house of Mashir, the son of Ammiel, in Lodebar. He's in Machir, the son of Ammiel, in Lodebar. Whew, those are some words. Without a moment's delay, David sent messengers to Lodebar to fetch Jonathan's son, whose name was, are you ready for this? Mephiba-who. When David saw Mephiba-who, he felt very sorry for him, for he was lame. The poor man was scared to death, too. He was feeling sure that there could be no other reason for the royal summons than that David wanted to kill him. So he fell on his face before the king. But he need not have been afraid. Mephiba-who, said David, and there was deep kindness like to love in his voice. Behold thy servant, said the man. Fear not, said David, for I will surely show thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of Saul thy father, and thou shalt eat bread at my table continually. Mephiba-who bowed again, hardly able to believe his ears. What is thy servant, that thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am, he said. David wanted to know how he came to be lame, and learned that the accident happened when he was 5 years old, on the very day his father Jonathan was killed. That's not good, is it? So when the news of Israel's defeat reached the palace, his nurse had picked him up and fled, fearing the Philistines would surely kill him too. In a wild flight to a place of safety, Mephiba-who had fallen and broken both his ankles. I love technology. Since there was nobody to set them properly, he had become lame for life. As David listened, he became still more sorry for the poor cripple, and gave orders that everything possible should be done for him. Then he sent for Ziba against and said to him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertained to Saul, and to all his house. Thou therefore and thy sons and thy servants shall till the land for him. Wow. And thou shalt bring in the fruits, that thy master's son may have food to eat. Wait a minute. There we go. But Mephiba-who, thy master's son, shall eat bread always at my table. Said Ziba, according to all that my lord the king hath commanded his servants, so shall thy servant do. Ziba must have been very happy, not only for what had happened to Jonathan's son, but for his own good fortune. Caring for all Saul's land was a big job, and meant plenty of work and food for his 15 sons and 20 servants. 15 sons! and 20 servants. As for Mephibosheth, he was amazed at David's goodness to him. No longer would he live in a little out-of-the-way Lodabar, but in Jerusalem. From now on, he would eat at the king's table and be treated as one of the king's sons. What a lovely thing David did out of love for his old friend Jonathan. Surely this was indeed the kindness of God. I want to point a couple things about this story that I think really replicate the love of Christ. God is always wondering what he can do for us to show us his love. But he also wants to say, do good to others as I have done unto you. What have you done good for somebody lately? If you can't think of anything, then you might need to start. Thank you for bearing with me through this reconnecting thing going on. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Don't forget to order your mask online at theboldmovement.com. It says spread the gospel, not germs. And thank you for your prayers. I'm feeling so much better. I'm on day 2 of my antibiotics, and I'm expecting a very speedy recovery. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to, any questions, to email them to us at info@theboldmovement.com. And don't forget, thank a veteran. If you can't think of anything good that you've done, which I'm sure you have, you just haven't thought about it, take the minute to thank a veteran for giving us the rights and freedoms of this country. Don't forget Red Shirt Friday. And don't forget, just because things may seem a little bleak, search out what you can do good for somebody else, just like Jonathan did. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night at 7:30. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Eric. Bye, guys.